In the meantime, we've got Congressman Pat Fallon joining us. Congressman, Joe Biden, in literally a matter of weeks when he was inaugurated, and all of the people around him, and you saw one kind of shilling for what they've done there, took America from first to last to America dead on our ass. And how quickly can Team Trump, and we named some of the people on Capitol Hill today meeting with senators, turn things around, given that Biden and company, just with that $10 billion sanctions waiver, they're trying to do more destruction and fund terrorism against us and our allies?
Well, Dagan, you make a great point, and you're asking a very good question. I think it's immediate. I mean, we're already seeing President Trump's not going to be in office until the 20th of January, and you're already seeing differences with world leaders. He's meeting with them. They're inviting him to their countries, or they're coming to him in Mar-a-Lago. But you're right. I mean, under this administration, under Joe Biden, he said, you know what, we're not going to enforce the sanctions on Iran. The largest state sponsor of terror in the world, they're responsible for hundreds of American soldiers' deaths. And they were only making $8 billion a year on oil exported sales until Joe Biden came in office, and suddenly it was $43 billion. And you can, Dagan, you can foster and sponsor a lot more mayhem, murder, and mischief with $35 billion additional dollars.
Can we talk about the foreign aid, Congressman? Your colleague Brian Mast went down the list, and it's these eye-popping numbers for things that you ask yourself, what exactly is the return for America to teach folks in Afghanistan how to weave carpet? I don't know. I don't see the logic there. But it strikes me that that's got to be addressed right away. And is it going too far to say, you know what, just shut off foreign aid until we get a handle on what we're spending the money on, and then maybe we can talk about it?
Yeah, you want to get a return on your investment, in paying for folks to weave carpets in Afghanistan or, fund drag shows in Peru is absolutely absurd, and the American people should be rightfully furious. I know I am. And so we need to get a handle on it. We do have China funding the Belt and Road Initiative. Purposely, it's a debt trap for a lot of third world countries. So we want to maintain a presence on an ever-shrinking world, but not burning money. And literally, it's it's a counterintuitive thing where we're spending money and we're harming our own interests. So President Trump, I think, is going to take a strong look at this. I know Republicans on the Hill will, and we need to do this wisely, because after all, it's not our money. We're stewards of American taxpayer money.
But before we move on to this, Congressman, you mentioned the oil exports. Monthly oil exports under Joe Biden out of Iran quintupled. Almost all of that going to China. And Iran made close to roughly $100 billion because they turned their backs on enforcing the sanctions. But in the last couple of months, when it looked more and more like President Trump was going to win, oil exports have plummeted going out of Iran because they know that there's a new sheriff in town come January. But moving on to this, speaking of, sheriffs who aren't on the job, you're on the House task force on the attempted assassination of President Trump, which released its final report this week. And the report noted that the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security produced 0 documents on the second assassination attempt at President Trump's golf course back in September.
So last time you spoke to the acting Secret Service Director, Ronald Rowe, well, things got pretty heated. Watch.
No, I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question. Please.
You are out of line,
Congressman. Don't try to bully me.
You weren't happy then, and with good reason. Are you any happier now? Are you getting any movement on this, Congressman? That's what I want to know.
Well, yes. I mean, it's unfortunate that Acting Director Rowe didn't want to answer simple questions from a congressional panel. He wasn't supposed to be where he was. He didn't have a vest on. He didn't attend the operational briefings that day. He didn't have a radio. He was in the way of the president's security. And I thought we were supposed to learn lessons from July 13th. So what we need to do, and fortunately, as Dagan said, there is going to be a new sheriff in town come January 20th, and that's President Trump. So I talked to Jamie Comer, the chair of the Oversight Committee. I'm a subcommittee chair on that committee, and he's going to help help us tie up some loose ends, cross some T's and dot some I's with the task force, because the task force has wrapped up its work, but we're going to continue on oversight. The questions that we need answered, we need to know far more about who these would-be assassins were in touch with prior to these attempts. Right. We also, we need the Secret Service to be embracing technology. We need them to change their culture. Roe just treated it as an appropriations request. He wanted $2 billion more because they had an epic historic failure. No, it wouldn't have cost much of anything to have secured that AGR site properly. So we need to look internally first so we can protect our high-value elected officials.
Congressman, I talked to Brian Mast, your colleague, late last week about that exchange that you had with Ron Rowe, and he said Pat Fallon was totally right. He said that somebody has no business doing that job if that is the way that he is going to lead, referring to Ron Rowe. So who is going to run the Secret Service come January?
Well, there's a lot of really good names out there, and that's going to be President Trump's decision. I'm highly confident Mr. Rowe will not be, he'll be in private employ come the 20th of January. And then there's, as I said, there's several members that are still active with the Secret Service or recently retired that would be phenomenal, because they're going to change the culture. They're going to embrace technology. They're going to employ innovation, because there's so many different things that you can do, some old school stuff and some new school things to make sure the president and as I said, our elected officials are secure, because if they're not secure, then they can't do their jobs, and we cannot have that. We can't have violence win.
Yep.
No.
Congressman, great stuff. Good to see you.
Pat Fallon.
Nice to see you in a better mood too. You have a good smile.
Hey.
We like that.
Thank you all. I'm a happy warrior.
No, you can yell at me all you want. That's fine. We have a good
Digging
time.
stuff.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank y'all.